So I just test drove this one. Actually, I test drove a GMC Arcadia, and then I came to this EastSide Dodge. This is the most basic Durango. It has a V6, cloth seats, you see a regular hood. This is about 50 something, and then they have this GT. So the difference is that sporty hood, more sensors. You get this, where on the basic model you don't have any turn signals. Like, they look almost identical. Inside it's leather and has a bigger screen, bigger display, and has like a wireless charger, but they look kind of like, see, like this is GT, Durango GT, and it's all-wheel drive. And this is, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the basic one, but it has the same all-wheel drive, but 6 seats. No, wait, 7 seats. 7 seats. There's a bench row, and then there's 2 seats in the very back. You can put them down if you need room for luggage. And now we're gonna try minivan. They still have these. 2.99%. And that's the second vehicle I test drove here at Dodge. So this is a pretty fancy minivan. It's a Chrysler, but this one has all-wheel drive. It has sliding doors. It has, of course, this, so it's like a top trim. It has sliding doors, so let's say you have a group of people or you're doing some Ubering or whatever, right? So you're not gonna hit the vehicle next to you, especially when people are drunk, you know. It has all leather seats, you know, like it's a passenger vehicle, you know. Not too much space in the back with when the passenger seats are up, but you can put them down. It's still more room than in Durango, I think. And Durango had 20-inch wheels. This one has 20-inch rims. Look pretty good, yeah. And this one has a panoramic. Yeah, see, this is a Pacifica S. So this is more money than that basic Durango I drove, but less money than the fancy Durango. And it has a sunroof. Of course, tinted windows. What is this? Like, this is weird. And see, no cap. I like that. So you don't have to touch it with your hands. So yeah, this one is nice. Of course, everything is automatic. And it has cruise control, adaptive cruise control, you know. Lots of good features. So I'm gonna talk to some friends, see which one would be better. Minivan, all-wheel drive, or SUV. Of course, the only difference between an SUV and a minivan, even though this is all-wheel drive, but it's not very tall. You see? So it comes to over here. So somewhere in a bad road, some people would prefer something like this. But yeah, these guys have lots of vehicles here, lots of Jeeps. For some reason nobody buys them. Lots of trucks. And yeah, these oh, actually it's only slightly taller. Like, look at this. Like the ground clearance, just only slightly taller than the minivan. Maybe, I don't know, half an inch, quarter of an inch. But this one is the, oh yeah, that's the one I drove. That's the basic one. The basic one with the cloth seats. And this is the fancy one, GT. It's about $10,000 more. And that's my bad boy over there. So it would be, so now I tried GMC Arcadia, Chrysler Pacifica minivan, and look at this awful looking vehicle. Well, first of all, it's very dirty, but damaged by hail. But these guys, they still remember me. They still remember me because this is where I bought my Hellcat, and this is where I got this this compass. Yeah, those are two Durangos. They actually look pretty good. Lots of room inside, and they have 2 seats in the very back. So yeah. But it's funny how, yeah, it's funny. I remember this place was much busier, you know, like 2 years ago, no, a year ago when I was buying this one. This was crazy, especially on a Saturday. Now, you know, that's what everybody's saying, that, you know, Stellantis, their prices are down. Sorry, I started saying that the Stellantis, not sales, not prices are down. I wanted to say sales are down. So my phone rang, somebody was calling me. But yeah, that's why this place feels like half deserted. There's hardly any customers, you know. But they do have lots of vehicles. Mostly it's trucks and those Jeeps, you know, like real Jeep, like Willys or Rubicon, you know, those things. They have a lot of them. But yeah, a funny thing happened with the GMC guy. So I looked on Auto Trader. I was interested in something the size of a Ford Explorer. And Chevy has a Traverse, Chevrolet Traverse, a nice looking SUV. I think it's even bigger than Ford Explorer. And so I found one. It was not too crazy expensive, and I, you know, right on Auto Trader you can book like a test drive, right? So I send them a message, and the guy texts me back, okay, so when do you want to come in? I said, well, Saturday I can come in the morning. He says, what time? I said, okay, 9 a.m. Okay, so yeah, we can do we can show you a Traverse or Tahoe. I said, well, I'm not sure about Tahoe. That's like, you know, over $77,000. And so then I was there. I show up at the reception at 1 minute after 9, and I said, can I see this guy? I think his name was Sonny. And some other guy comes over. He says, oh, sorry, Sonny is busy. He had double bookings, but my name is so and so, I'll help you. And then we sit down. I said, okay, so can we test drive a Traverse? And his eyes started shifting, and he says, well, that would be difficult. I said, why is it difficult? Isn't that why I'm here? I said, yeah, I also mentioned the Tahoe, but Tahoe is just too crazy expensive, brand new. We're talking brand new. And he says, well, Traverse, there's been a shortage of these vehicles. Normally, he says, we sell them as soon as they come in. I said, what did I see on Auto Trader? He says, oh, that's probably a factory order, because he says it's all automatic. As soon as the order is placed with the factory, the listing goes up on Auto Trader. So basically, I didn't even realize it, that half of the listings, they're all BS. These guys don't have these cars in stock, you know. And this guy says, I said, so you don't have any Traverse? He said, well, you see that one, but that one is sold, so we cannot test drive that one. But, you know, he just showed it to me inside. And, no, actually more outside. And then they had some nice Yukon XL and Yukon inside. Of course, those are beautiful, but that's way out of my league, you know. I said, okay, so what can I test drive? And he said, well, we have a GMC Arcadia, which is pretty much the same as a Chevy Traverse, but for some reason they have it and they don't have Traverse, so which means that even though they're the same, but not quite the same, otherwise people would snatch them up, right? And so we test drove that one. Actually, that one has a 2.5 turbo, so it felt stronger, like the engine was stronger than on my Compass. It was making the same kind of like a turbo ugly noise, you know, like that, you know, whining noise. I didn't like it very much. And also I did not like that on this GMC, at least the shifter is on the steering wheel, kind of like, you know, they used to old school in the trucks, but it's like a super small tiny stalk on the right side, and it shows you D NR, and then there's like a button on the side for parking. And that one has to pull it. It's like, it's not even like physical lever, it's like tactile, you know, you just touch it. It felt a bit crazy. And then I said, okay, I just want to see the lights when they're flashing. Where's the four-way flasher switch? And like on mine, it's right here, right? Four-way flashers, right? But on the GMC, like I could not find it. And the guy said, oh, it's on the visor somewhere here. And then yeah, here that's where they have the shifter, but it's much smaller than this. It's like really like thinner than my finger, you know. It felt really flimsy, so I did not like it. So I did not like the controls, and I did not like the sound of the engine. I like these ones, the Durangos and the Chrysler. They all come with the proven V6, you know, which is like 3.5, you know, which actually felt pretty good, and the sound was way better than a turbo engine. I just enjoyed driving these more. Like the minivan was nice, you know, like the window is huge, the windows are huge, like the panoramic roof. It's very comfortable, super comfortable, and it's definitely a much higher trim than that basic Durango I drove. So anyway, so that's how I spent my Saturday morning. So now it's time to get some shawarma. There's a place I know around here, Jerusalem Shawarma. Have some meat, and then I brought my camera with me. The weather is nice. I want to go and do some photography because Monday they promising us snow in Calgary. Snow. So it's October, what is it? Today's 19th. So 21st of October, we're already looking at some snow.
Recording. 2 channels started.
Yeah, so after the test drive, I drove downtown. And Saturday, you have to pay for parking. Sunday, it's free in downtown Calgary. So I usually come here to this Walkley market because they have a huge parking lot. The market itself is closed for renovations, but parking is open. So I just paid $5. And it
Turn
says,
left on 2nd Avenue Southwest.
and it
Then
says,
turn left on 2nd Street Southwest.
and it says I'm good until 6 a.m. I forgot, Monday or Sunday. So like $5. It was like $20 something over.
Turn left on 2nd Street Southwest. Then turn right on Riverfront Avenue Southwest.
It was over $20 during the stampede, but now it's just back to the regular. This is the lowest price you can get in downtown, $5. Yeah, I don't want to go that way. Why do I have to go that way?
Turn left on 3rd Avenue Southwest.
All I need is 5 Avenue to take me to Memorial Drive. Like,
In
what?
300 meters, turn right on Center Street South.
Ah, that's
Turn right
why.
on 4th Avenue Southwest.
Son of a gun. So I cannot go straight here. Because 5th Avenue is the next one, but this street on the other side of the lights, it's one-way street facing me. So that's why it was sending me that way. Okay. And so yeah, after I did the test drive, I came here, parked the car,
meters, use the left lane to turn left on 3rd Street Southwest.
and grabbed the coffee at this Starbucks over here on the right, a Westin Hotel.
Turn left on 3rd Street Southwest. In 100 meters, turn left on 5th Avenue Southwest.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need 5th Avenue. Because this one,
Turn left on 5th Avenue Southwest.
This one turns into Memorial Drive, which hooks me up with Deerfoot Highway 2 North. Like, I often do deliveries here, right? As you probably saw for my work-related video. But thankfully, this Saturday I'm not working. And so yeah, I grabbed my camera and just did a circle around the downtown on foot. Just wanted to find something interesting to photograph, like in terms of street photography, but didn't find much. Just found an interesting clock, like some classical, you know, clock on a pole on the sidewalk there.
In 1.4 kilometers, exit to Memorial Drive East.
Which looked pretty good. And then on the way back, I stopped. There's I think it's over here on the left. Yeah, it's 2nd Street and 5 Avenue. On the left, there's a statue of a bull, and evidently that's where they have the stock exchange or something. So I took a picture of the bull with some nice skyscrapers in the background. And that's it. And by this time, my friend in Montana came back with a recommendation. I asked him, you know, when I did the test drive, I texted him. I said, "So what do you think? Which one is better for rentals? Cheap Durango, super basic, but still nice with lots of seats and four-wheel drive, or a souped-up minivan Pacifica, Chrysler Pacifica, with leather, panoramic roof, you know, all the bells and whistles." And he said, "Yeah, I like Durangos, but I think for rentals and taxi, it'll be better to have a minivan." And so Chrysler now has basically 2 lines of minivans, right? One is Grand Caravan, the cheapest one, but that one does not come with all-wheel drive. So you have to pay extra to get into Pacifica. And that's the one I test drove. So, and actually when I look at taxis, right? When I look at taxis, oh, sorry. All they're using Toyotas, and it's either a Toyota RAV4 mid-size SUV, kind of like same size as my Jeep Compass, or option number 2 for taxis is Toyota Sienna minivan, you know, or on the right here you see the yellow taxi cab, it's Toyota Camry. But more and more we see RAV4 SUV because I think they're more practical for winter. And so I already have an SUV, right? So it would be nice to add an all-wheel drive minivan. Then I'm kind of like covering all the bases. And then I read in the news that Stellantis decided to like the new 2025 minivan will be like $4,000 cheaper, and it'll be made exclusively in Canada for Canadian market. So they'll be building it at the Windsor, Ontario plant.
300 meters. Use the right 2 lanes.
But that one is not available yet. I forgot the name, but it's basically a cheaper version of the Pacifica. Maybe it's Grand Caravan. but it's a 20 to 25.
Exit right 2 Memorial Drive East. In 2.2 kilometers. Exit to Highway 2 North, Deerfoot Trail.
Well, yeah, that V6 engine definitely sounds better than my turbo. It's not a V8 sound, but it's better.
In 1 kilometer. Exit right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have any special plans for the rest of the weekend. Just now seems to be the good time to enjoy the remaining good weather, because as I mentioned, Monday there's like 45% of us getting snow.
Exit right to Highway 2 North, Deerfoot Trail. Continue straight for 11 minutes to exit 271, Highway 201, Stony Trail.
My photo shoot for Sunday got canceled. Right, I was supposed to take pictures of movie people rehearsing in downtown Calgary. So I sent the guy a message, so I was still on, and his answer was kind of like enigmatic. Well, she seems to be booked. So we're not doing it for now, but if plans change, you'll be the first to know. Like, first off, who is she and why is she booked? Because the original message was, we are looking for a photographer to take stills of the movie rehearsal. So I assumed it was 2, 3, 4 people, and this guy was probably a producer or something. And now he says she is booked. So I'm guessing there was just one actress and she's booked to do something else. Like, people change plans, right? It was supposed to be last week. Then he says the other photographer is not available. Okay, now I'm guessing the lead actress is not available. Like, that's, what I find when you deal with, look at this guy. He pretty much started crossing into my lane when he was next to me. He was going over the zipper right here on my right. So yeah, no movie shoot. Just when I was, getting serious about photography, everything got canceled. And another guy was asking me about small wedding in November. I said, yeah, I'm interested. What kind of pictures are you looking for? Like, how many pictures, how many people are going to be at the event? And he disappeared.